The miser's cottage stood at the edge of the village, small and crooked, its roof sagging and its shutters closed tight, as though even the sunlight might steal from him if it dared to enter. To those who passed, it seemed an ordinary place, neglected and lonely, yet hidden beneath its floorboards was a secret that gave the miser more comfort than any friend or fire. Years before, through careful saving, relentless bargaining, and denying himself every pleasure, he had gathered a pile of gold coins. They were not many by the measure of kings, but to him they were everything. He did not spend them, not a single one, no matter how his coat frayed or how thin his soup became. He lived on scraps and patched clothing, warming himself with the thought that beneath his floor lay treasure. Every night when the village slept, he would lift a loose stone from his hearth, reach into the hollow beneath, and draw out the bag of coins. He would pour them onto the floor, running his fingers through them, listening to the clink and chime of metal like music. He would stack them, polish them, count them again and again until his eyes glowed with pride. When he returned them to their hiding place, he felt a warmth that no fire could match. "This is my life," he whispered to himself. "This is my safety, my power, my joy." And though his belly growled and his bones ached from cold, he believed himself rich beyond measure. But gold that never moves, like water that never flows, gathers shadows. The miser's secret did not remain his alone. Unbeknownst to him, a thief had watched. For many nights, hiding in the dark near the cottage, the thief spied the miser's ritual, how he lifted the stone, drew out the bag, spread the coins, then tucked them away again. The thief's heart pounded with greed. "Such wealth, left unguarded," he thought. "This fool starves while he sits on a mountain. I shall have it all." One night, when the miser was away scrounging scraps, the thief crept inside. He moved silently across the cottage, pried up the stone, and pulled out the bag. His hands trembled at the weight. His eyes gleamed at the sight of the coins glinting in the moonlight. Without a sound, he fled into the darkness, and by the time the miser returned, the treasure was gone. The miser noticed nothing at first. He ate his crust of bread, drank his thin broth, and sat by the empty hearth, waiting for night to deepen so he might draw out his gold. At last, when the village was quiet, he lifted the stone and reached beneath. His fingers touched only dirt. His heart stopped. He groped wildly, digging deeper, but the bag was gone. Panic roared in his ears. He tore at the earth, pulled up stones, scattered ashes, but nothing remained. His gold, his life, had vanished. A cry burst from his throat, loud and terrible. He staggered into the street, his voice rising through the still night. My gold is gone. Thieves have taken my life from me." His neighbors woke, their lamps flickering as they peered from their doors. They watched him tear at his hair, beat his chest, collapse in the dust, wailing. Some shook their heads, some whispered, some pitied, but none understood, for none had known of his secret. At last, one neighbor, an old man with kind eyes, approached. "What is this noise? Why do you weep so?" The miser clawed at the ground, sobbing. "My gold, my treasure, all of it gone. I saved for years. I denied myself every comfort. I lived for those coins, and now they are stolen." The old man frowned, puzzled. "But tell me, did you ever spend this gold? Did it ever bring you food or warmth or ease?" "No," cried the miser, his eyes wild. "I could not spend it. It was too precious. I counted it. I touched it. I looked at it, but I never wasted it." The old man shook his head sadly. "Then why grieve, fool? If you never used it, you may as well have buried stones. Better that it is gone, for gold that is never spent is no more than dirt, and the one who worships it starves as though he had none." But the miser only wept harder, for he could not see the truth. He clung to his loss as tightly as he had once clung to his treasure, and his cries echoed through the village long into the night. The tale spread quickly. Children whispered it on their way to the fields, and elders told it by the fireside. Some laughed, some pitied, but all agreed on the lesson: that wealth hoarded and unused is no wealth at all, that treasure locked away might as well not exist, and that the miser who worships gold while he starves is poorer than the beggar who spends his last coin on bread. And so the story endured, sharper than any coin and heavier than any purse, a warning to all who heard it, that greed which clutches but never shares, never spends, never nourishes, destroys the heart more surely than poverty ever could.